Hello, and we are back for episode 5 of the Complete Beginner's Guide to WoW. And we are outside this hut here where we left off last time. However, I have been running around a little bit and collecting a few herbs here that I'm going to sell on the auction house. Now, last time we handed in a quest here and we didn't get any more quests to go somewhere else. But I know for a fact there are some quests up here, so I'm thinking that I shall head up there and we'll do those quests first, just to make sure that we have completed this entire zone before we move on. And you can also see that, well, maybe you missed it, but you can also see up here that I did get a level while I was collecting herbs, and you do get experience when you mine and collect herbs. It used to be that you didn't, so some people haven't realized that yet. So I'm gonna speed up the video here while I'll move up to these quests here.
How may I help? Good luck, friend. Ich will dir. Go in peace.
And now I got the quests. I'm gonna do this quest as quickly as possible. Maybe you also noticed that I zoomed out as much as I could with the mouse wheel, and that's because a lot of people, well, mostly a lot of new players, they prefer to be fairly zoomed in. That I kind of have been so far. However, it's a really good thing to get used to playing with the camera zoomed out, because that's gonna help you a lot by figuring out what's going on around you later on in the game. It's not that important right now because there's not a lot going on around us right now. But when we get into like dungeons and raids and maybe even PvP, then it's going to be really important to see what's going on around us, so we can act accordingly. And here we got a piece of green loot that dropped. You can simply click on that, and we see that it gives +1 agility and +1 spirit, and it's leather. So if we check what kind of gear we have, in our chest slots, note, this is a chest, we have a white piece of item that we got from a quest earlier. And it has 7 armor, and that's it. And this new item that dropped have 8 armor, and plus that stat, agility, and spirit, so it's a darn lot much better than the item we currently have. And remember I said that agility is a primary attribute for hunters. It increases our damage, and that is very useful. So, but I'm not sure if I mentioned what spirit does. It's not only a primary attribute for anyone really, so it's more like a secondary attribute. And if we under enhancements, just it might be minimized to you, I don't know, but it's just below attributes, and we got spirit here. First critical strike, then haste, followed by spirit, and we can see that you gain no benefit from this stat. So we don't benefit at all from the spirit, but that's okay. We will equip it anyway because the agility is, well, we want lots and lots of agility. So I'm simply going to drag the item on top of my character in the character window, and it will ask, equipping this item will bind it to you. Now, look here, the item is binds when equipped. So, right now, I could go to the auction house and sell the item, or really do whatever I want with it. If I had a friend, I could give it to them, or well, we could do plenty of stuff with it. So when I equip this, it's going to become. I'll just click on OK that, and we have equipped it. Now we can see here in the character window that instead of saying bonus when equipped, it says soulbound. That means that this item. Well, I did explain what soulbound means before, but I'll just explain a little bit quickly again. It now means that it's bound to this character, so I cannot give it to some other player or sell it, or well, I can sell to NPCs, just not other players, and I can't give it away either. There's basically not as much I can do with it now. Anything that would mean that it falls into the hands of another character, I can't do anymore. And look at this, here's another quest back here, so let's go check it out. I could imagine that a lot of people miss this quest because I just don't remember this quest at all. So I probably missed this on all my Night of Falls. I'll probably speed it up again. Escort quests can be a little bit boring sometimes, but there are two different types of escort quests. Some escort quests, the MC will follow you wherever you go, which appeared to be the case with this escort quest. Other escort quests, the MC will follow a predefined path, and you will have to make sure they don't die while they take that path on their way home. So that means that often when they follow the predefined path, they usually walk pretty slowly. Well, I guess that's to make sure that all players can keep up. So I suppose in that sense it is good, but most players are able to keep up and just think it's too slow and wondering why can't this NPC run and whatever. Anyway, I think I'll speed it up while I'll do these quests, just not to bore you all too much. And there we got a achievement. I'll just talk about achievements real quickly before I actually speed it up, because I haven't mentioned achievements yet.
Farewell.
Achievements are, well, they're basically when you do certain things in the game, such as reaching a specific level or killing a certain boss, you'll get achievements, and they basically just tell you what stuff you have done in the game. I honestly think they're completely useless. I don't see why they're there. I guess it's just, bragging rights for saying, hey, I killed this boss. But honestly, anyone who puts enough dedication into killing X boss usually are able to do it. So anyway, I also got 2 items here from the quest that I handed in. The pants is a dead given because it gives agility, so obviously that's the one I'll get. These gloves gives us stamina there, and stamina doesn't increase our damage. However, it does increase our health, so it's still useful. And that was really the only useful option I were given on that quest as a reward, so that's why I picked that one. So I'll just equip that, and because my last gloves didn't give any stats at all, so obviously that one is better.
Greetings. May the stars always bless you.
I'm pretty sure I'm fairly sure there should be a quest down there as well. However, since we're just doing 13, we're already like 3 levels above this zone. Remember, this zone is a 1 to 10 zone, and the next one is a 10 to 20 zone, which is right here, and that's Darkshore. There's some thinking we should just abandon this area and move on. So I'll head into Darnassus, which is the Knights of Capital City, and I will show you how the auction house works. And there I will try and I will put up these herbs that I've been picking on the auction house and see if I can't sell them. And I know I'm ignoring a lot of herbs here, but I really just don't want to drag this out too much and try and keep it interesting to you guys. I didn't pick a whole lot of herbs off camera. I did go one sweep around up here, then down here, and around this way, and then yeah, I think I mentioned that. So herbs stack up to 200. They used to stack up to 20, but now they stack up to 200. So chances are that, well, sometimes people prefer to buy things in chunks of 200 because the items stack up into 200. And other times they don't. It all depends on if they need large quantities of them, or if they just want a few of them, then they prefer to just buy one at a time, because then they can just buy that specific amount they want. So this could both be good or bad. I think we will, I think we'll get a more accurate answer to that once we get to the auction house. So, to open the auction house dialog, we just right click on a auctioneer, and there's one standing right there. Then we get this window, and there are a few things we can do here. Items are split up into all these categories, and here's at the bottom here we have the category game time, and it's possible to buy game time for in-game currency, but that's pretty damn expensive. So with our measly 1 gold, we aren't gonna buy game time with in-game currency anytime soon. Sorry. However, what we are trying to sell is trade goods, herb. So I'm just gonna search here and see what we find. No, yes, it gives us all the high level stuff. This is not what we're trying to sell. We're trying to sell silver leaf. And there we got that. And we can see that 1 piece of silver leaf sells for just shy of 2 gold. And if we scroll down here, there are add-ons to make this process a whole lot easier, but I'm not gonna use an add-on because I want to show new players what it would be to them. So we may have to pull up a calculator and do some calculus here, though. We can see the per price split up here on this. Like we can see here that someone is trying to sell 3 silver leaf for just shy of 17 gold. And if we mouse over it here, we can see that the price per unit would be just shy of 5 gold. Well, the buyout price would be 5.5 gold, but the bid price would be just shy of 5 gold. Anyway, most people don't place bids; they just buy out things. So if they don't see a buyout price that they like, they just leave it. It does happen that people buy things on bid, so you could try sell something on bid, but focus on the buyout price for now. So let's now that we know that we can see that there's no stacks of 200 or anything anywhere. So that tells us that most people prefer to buy silver leaf one at a time because they are most likely only looking for a specific amount of silver leaf and not huge chunks of them. So we are going to switch over to the well. Now that we know the cheapest silver leaf, go for 1 gold and 92 silver. We're gonna put up a price slightly lower than that, so we're gonna switch over to the auctions tab. And here we have a list of the auctions that we currently have on the auction house, but there are nothing on there because we haven't put up anything yet. To the left here, we can drag items onto here. Just drag it and drop it. And there we can see stack size is 55, but we want stack size to be 1 and number of stacks to be 55. And it used to be that you needed an add-on to do this. So, like I've been so used to using add-ons that I really didn't think they had put this into the game. So I should probably have checked the auction house at least once before making this video, but then we can choose a way we wanted to price things. We can price it per unit or per stack. Since our stack size are 1, it doesn't really matter because it doesn't matter which one we pick because the result will be the same. Now I'm going to check really quickly again what the price were of these. 1 gold and 92 silver. I'm thinking we can sell ours for 1 gold and 90 silver, just to undercut a little bit, or 89 silver. That shows it's a little bit easier to, we're switching at this stage, right? And people are gonna just look 1 gold and then they see the 9 and then they don't really care which ones they pick. So if we put it up at 189, then they're going to see that 1.8. Okay, that's lower than 1.9, so I'm gonna pick the 1.8 one. So I'm not sure if I'm making any sense right now, but I hope I do. Just so you get an idea of how I am thinking about this. So I'll put a bid price at 150 and a buyout price at 189. And then we can choose the duration of our auction. Always pick the 48-hour one because we want to give as many people as possible as much time as possible to see our auction. Obviously, that's gonna like the longer duration you pick. Oh, okay. I thought the longer duration we picked here, the more it would cost us to put up this auction. But right now, putting up this auction is going to cost us 55 silver. And remember, we only have 1 gold. So I'm thinking that before we do that, we shall remove that item from there. And what I wanted to build up to, I didn't know you could do automate the stack sizes and all that. But because it used to be that you had to do it manually, and I was going to show how you split a stack to do it manually. And basically what you do is that you hold shift, then you click on the item you want to split stack size of, then you enter a number, how many you want to grab. So let's say we pick about half of those, so I'm going to pick 27. Whoops, pick the wrong key. I don't have 20, no, it won't let me pick 27. Oh yes, I accidentally hit numlock. So numlock will toggle numpad. I was trying to use a numpad, so that didn't work. And numlock also toggles auto walk, so that's why I saw my character run around a little bit. So hold shift, click, type in a number, hit OK, then select an empty slot where I want to put those, and it will put the number you typed in on that item slot. So you can now see that we have 2 stacks of silver leaf, 1 of 27 silver leaf and 1 of 28. I'm just gonna put them together again. Now, since it's going to cost us a lot of money to put up a auction for a silver leaf. What I want to do first is to figure out what a peace bloom costs, what a earth root costs, and what a mage royal costs. So we just sell what we think will be the most profitable. So if you go back to the browse tab, and we can click on the X right here to quickly remove the text there. Then we click in again and we type in peace bloom. Hit enter, or you can hit the search key out here. And it didn't find any items, which I kind of find that to be strange, because there's usually these newbie items usually are always on the auction house. And I did hold the mouse over peace bloom there a little bit, just to make sure that that I didn't misspell it in any way, but I didn't. And I just noticed you don't even need to type it in there. You can just hold shift, click the item you want to search for, and there you go. It automatically puts it in there. So we have no idea what the market is like for peace bloom right now. So let's just move on to Earthroot. And Earthroot is a little bit cheaper than Silverleaf. And we can see that here there's a stack of 33 selling for 1.5 gold, which is cheaper than this auction. So to compete here, we will probably have to put this up at a little less than 1.5 gold per buyout. And people often overlook, like they completely ignore looking at these stacks, stacks, and compare the price per unit to the actual ones that are out here, because chances are that if we only need if we only need a couple of earth roots, we could still just buy out this one for 50 gold if we had 50 gold. Use the ones we needed and then put up the spare ones at a much higher price than we bought them for. So that's also something to keep in mind, because a lot of people overlook it. So let's move on to Mage Royal, which is this one. Search. And here are plenty of stacks in stacks of 20, which kind of tells me that people prefer to buy these in stacks of 20. There's one stack for 24, and we can see the buy price per unit is 2 gold and 8 silver, while for these that are at a stack of 20, the buy price is 2 gold per unit. While the here's someone who have undercut by quite a bit, putting up one mage roll for 1 gold. So that's what we have to compete against right now. I'm not sure if I want to buy this out and put it back up at a higher price. But if I had some gold to spare, say if I had 10 gold, I would probably do it. Buy this one out and put it up at more like closer to 2 gold or something like that. Here's one for a stack of 4 that goes for 1.5 gold per unit. So I'll probably put it back up for 1.5 gold. But since we're real poor now, I don't really want to take a risk. I want to try and sell what I got first, get a feel for the market, and then maybe I'll be willing to take a few risks here and try and make a lot more gold. And as we progress to higher level herbs, the prices will change. At some level range, the price might go down a little bit, and then you might feel I might as well go back to the lower level zones and pick herbs. But then when you get even higher, the prices will be even higher. So if you do a search here again, okay, what just happened? I want to search for herbs. Here we go. Fell Lotus is if I recall, that is a herb found in Outland, which is the Burning Crusade expansion. and you can also click up here to sort them by certain areas, such as rarity. So now we have the most common herbs at the top. We can sort by time left, sailor, or current bid. I usually sort it by current bid or rarity, like it. Can possibly swap around between those. Anyway, now we have the, what could this be? This must be the cheapest herbs at the top. And if we swap it again around again, we get the most expensive herbs at the top. And we can see here, Cinder Bloom sells for almost 20 gold per unit, and here's a stack of 200 for just shy of 4,000 gold. That's a lot of money. So that kind of tells us that, well, tells me anyway, that what we want to sell right now is Cinder Bloom, because obviously that seemed to sell really well. Tethered Orchid sells pretty well as well. Gorgon Flytrap and Fireweed. These Cinder Bloom, I think it's a Burning Crusade. No. Cataclysm Herb. While I know for a fact that Tethered Orchid, Gorgon Flytrap, and Fireweed are Walls of Draenor herbs. So that kind of tells me that they sell really well, despite that you can get free herbs in your garrison. So I don't really see why anyone would buy them. Anyway, let's go back to the mage royals here. I only have 6 mage royals, so I think that we can sell those, and I'm going to sell them at units per 1. Even though it seems to be stacks of 20, that's seems to be the sale one, because there's a lot of stacks of 20 here. So that tells me that there must be something special about the number 20. But I'm still gonna sell them at just one at a time and hope they sell. Mainly because I don't have 20 of them. So I'll change the stack size to 1 and number of stacks to 6. And that's gonna cost us 6 silver to put up. And yes, the price, as we found out here, the cheapest one goes for 1 gold. So I'm gonna put mine up for 99 silver. And that's one. The bid price I'll do 98, just to get it lower than the buyer's price. And then I'll create. It's gonna cost 1 silver to create this auction, so I'm gonna create this auction. Oh, it was 1 silver per mage royal, I just noticed. So we lost 6 silver there. No, I mean, well, yes, we should have lost 6 silver. Why is it only showing up 5 auctions here? Did someone already buy one? No, all the auctions are there. It's just in the auctions tab. It seems to have bugged out a little bit and only shows 5 of my auctions. But all 6 auctions are there, so I'm pretty sure I will still get money if someone buys them. Now we just have to hope that someone actually does buy them. So let's check out Peace Bloom again real quickly. Still no items found. Let's check out Earthroot again. 181 appear to be the cheapest. There's that big stack goes for 1.5 gold, and if I recall, Silverleaf was at about 1 gold 90 silver. So that should probably be what we should try and sell next. Now I'm gonna going to split the stack again, because remember, uploading 55 silver leaves was pretty expensive. So I'm gonna try and sell a bit less amount of them, and if they sell really well, then I'll upload more. So I'll drag this over here, and stack size 1, number of stacks 27. That's gonna cost 27 silver. So it's 1 silver per units. Same with the main troll. I think I'll even go down to 20, just to start with. If that's successful, I'll change it, of course. Oh, it's already picking all the ones I have in my bags. So there's no need to split the stacks up. I'll just merge them all together again and put the silver leaf in. Stack size 1, number of stacks 20. So we need to spend 20 silver to try and sell this. Just gonna figure out here real quickly, with, just to make sure that I undercut everyone else. Actually, I think I'll do stack size, number of stacks 10, because this guy isn't really selling a whole lot of them, and we can see here at Sailor, it's all the same guy except for these two. So I'm thinking if he sees that I've been undercutting him, chances are that he will buy my herbs and then he will put them up at his price. So there are basically people who does absolutely nothing but checking. They just try to sell things on auctioneers, and they just check to make sure that nobody undercuts them, because if they get undercut, they just buy it out and put it up at a higher price. They still make a profit out of that, and that still means that they kind of control the market for it. I just want to get it sold, so I don't really care. But it's a good thing to be aware of, because then you can sort of use people in this way to get your stuff sold. But if you would upload too much, then they would, oh shit, there's someone else trying to control the market, and maybe they'll give up on that particular item or something. And then the price will just continue to drop, etc. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I do know there are people that pretty much can spend hours and hours per day just watching the auctioneers. There we are. I think I'll hold on to the other herbs for now, to see how this plays out. Hopefully we'll get an idea what the market is like for Peace Bloom soon enough. Now, I could have put up Peace Bloom at a price that I deemed fit, and well, you can definitely do that if you want, but and I actually should check what the prices are for Tiger's Eye and Malachite, because they are also used in crafting, so they are obviously also items that are very much wanted. This is the wrong building. And here's another herb called Swift Thistle. I didn't pick them on the ground because they are a small random drop from other herbs. So I'm also going to check these out. I only have 2, so I may as well put that up. I'm just gonna make this one real quickly. I'll just put it up at 50 silver. There we go. And then we had, remember, we can see here that herb is highlighted blue. That's because we selected herb, because we only wanted to find herbs, but Tiger's Eye and Malachite are not herbs. So we want to click on herb again, to make sure that it's not highlighted blue. That means we're not searching for herb specifically anymore. And we also have trade goods here that are blue. We also need to click on that again to minimize it to make sure that we doesn't just search within trade goods. Then we'll just shift click tiger size so it will load up into the text box up here. Hit search. Ooh, they seem to be selling pretty neatly. 12 gold. I'd imagine new players thinking 12 gold is a lot of money. And for a level 13 character, that is a lot of money. So let's check out Malachite as well before we put this up. Not quite as much as the tiger size. So we'll start with the tiger size. I'll undercut by a little bit, so I'm gonna put mine up for 1 gold. No, I mean 11 gold. And 90 silver, like that. And I'll just make it a bit. I'll just type in 11 gold. 48 hours, create auction. There we go. Hopefully that one will sell. And we also have the Malachite. Someone is undercutting this guy by 2 silver. So I'm thinking, well, we'll undercut him by a little bit more. I'm gonna put one up for 4. What did this guy have? 498. I'm gonna put one up for 489. There we go. What to do now? Yes, I was gonna head over to. Well, as I was saying, I'll hold on to this now just to get a feel for what the market is like, to see how we can make the most money out of this. So don't spend a whole lot of money putting up items that won't sell at all. So and this could differ from server to server. So just because I'm successful or just because I fail in this video series doesn't mean that you will be successful or that you will fail. So by any means, try and put something up and see how well it sells, or if it sells at all. Now, here I'm coming up to a very important object in World of Warcraft, the Heroes Call board. And I think the Horde equivalent is called something different. I pretty much never use them. But if you ever get stuck and have no idea, like if you finish questing in a zone and it doesn't tell you where to go next, go to a capital city and walk up to one of these boards, right click on it, and it will open up the adventure guide and pretty much tell you where to go. You can also find the adventure guide down here by the menu bar, just click Shift J. There we go. And it's been telling me for a while now to go to Darkshore, because I've been 10 plus for a while now. So I can hit start quest there to start questing to start the quest to go to Darkshore. If you don't think you would like the zone that it suggests, you can click the next button here and it will suggest another zone that's suitable to your level, because there are sometimes there are multiple zones suitable for the same level range. And in this case it's suggesting Westfall. We can move on to Bloodmist Isle. Westfall is really far away, by the way, so Bloodmist Isle is a lot closer, so I could technically go there. Lokmadan is also quite far away, so I won't go there either. And then we finally have the Darkmoon Fair. Now, Darkmoon Fair is a special event that doesn't happen very often. If we click on this little button up here next to the minimap, I hope you can see where I put my cursor right now. It says click to show the calendar. So if I click on that, we get the calendar, and here we can calendar. And here we can see all events that is scheduled, right? And like players can schedule events as well. But if we should see a event scheduled by a player, we would have to be invited to the event by the creator of the event first. So right now, we can see here that today we have a public event, which is a arena skirmish bonus event, and it began at 0001. So 1 minute past midnight. And if we go back a little bit to Sunday, we can see here that the Darkmoon Fair began at 0001, so also 1 minute past midnight. And we also had the fishing extravaganza in Stranglethorn that started at 1400. I won't cover that one, not yet anyway. If we move forward 1 week from Sunday, we get another event here called Darkmoon Fair Ends at 23:59, so 1 minute before midnight. So that basically means that this is a week-long event that started on Sunday the 6th of March 2016 and will last until Saturday the 12th of March 2016. So what is the Darkmoon Fair? The Darkmoon Fair, if you click on the event in the calendar, you get a basic description of what the event is about. The Darkmoon Fair is open for business. Meet Silas Darkmoon and his troupe. Play games that test mind and nerve, and behold exotic sights from the four corners of Azeroth and beyond. Basically, it's a area kind of like a. Oh god, I have it just on my tongue, but I can't find the right word. It's like a park thing where you can do a lot of mini games, and it's actually quite good to do this if you are new to World of Warcraft. I don't think I will go there quite yet, because to get there as an alliance, I would have to go quite far as a Night Elf. I'll have to go to the human starting area, which is quite far away from the Night Elf starting area. So I won't really go there right now. But from these minigames you get various rewards. You get experience, you get money, you can get skills to your professions, etc. So there's a whole bunch of stuff you can get from doing those minigames, and some of them are actually quite fun. So I definitely recommend you to check it out as soon as the Darkmoon Fair is around. And so when is it around? It always starts at the first Sunday every month. So in March, that was the 6th of March, and if we check April, we can see it again there on the 3rd of April. Darkmoon Fair begins, and it always ends on the Saturday, the following Saturday, I should say. I'm actually running short on time here, so I'm going to end the video here. I hope that there was something useful in this video. Particularly the auction house, it can be used to make tons and tons of money. And the Darkmoon Fair can be a lot of fun. So I hope you liked the video. Hats off if you subscribe, and good luck out there.